Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. My name is Maya Luisa, and it's late, but I really wanted to just let this message out to whoever needs to hear it because it was coming very strong for me. Okay. And it's past my bedtime, so that's how you know I really care. So, stepping into your feminine power. Many people can come into this work about divine femininity, feminine energy, and they come into this work and they're like, okay, I've been working so hard and I'm so in my masculine energy. And then they embrace their feminine energy and become like a doormat. They become the soft girl that's not really doing anything with her life. They become really stagnant and really stuck. And it's very easy to get into this way if we don't know how to truly integrate and harmonize our feminine energy to work with us, to work for us in our life. Your feminine energy exists within you. It is your natural birthright. It is the way that you were born and meant to be in this world. We live in a very masculine world that is made for men by men in male bodies. And so you can gravitate towards learning about feminine energy and you can be like, okay, yes, soft girl, I'm going to rest. I'm going to like embody my emotions. I'm going to honor myself. I'm going to honor my emotions. But what happens is we go all the way into the feminine energy and you become suppressed and you become like a doormat and you become the lowest expression of femininity. Divine feminine energy is an integration of both the masculine and the feminine. Divine feminine energy, the expression of it is extremely powerful, extremely potent. And when we learn this energy, when we learn to embody this energy, it becomes this intricate inner world that then gets to express itself on the outside. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Too much femininity, too much feminine energy will make you very stuck because you'll be resting a lot. But what happens when we rest too much? What happens when we stay very still for a very long time? Our body begins to pull, like things begin to just kind of marinate in one space. Our emotions will become so heavy that they can pull us down, or they can make us feel depressed, or they can make us feel very anxious. And so it can make you overly emotional. If you feel overly emotional, if you feel very sad, if you feel very anxious, if you have like a lot of energy, or you may have a routine that keeps you very stagnant, it means that it's time to ignite fire. It means that it's time to purify your life with fire, because you're now way over into your feminine energy into a way where it's not doing you any service. So you might be addicted to negative emotions. You might be addicted to your sadness, and this happens. And so when you ignite the fire is when you're able to move that energy from within you. So when we're too emotional, we have so much emotions, we have so much, just can be overwhelming. It's because emotions need to have motion, they need to move. And sometimes what's being called and sometimes what's being asked for is fire, is sweating, is pushing yourself mentally. It's pushing yourself mentally. It's like saying, get up, girl. Let's go. Let's do this. It's saying that if I'm feeling this heaviness and I'm feeling it and I'm feeling it, it's time to get up and it's time to sweat. It's time to work out. It's time to push. Because when you're pushing, when you're exercising, when you're moving your body, when you're sweating, you're moving those emotions out. You're moving it out. You're literally cleansing yourself from the inside out. And sometimes that is what's required. That is what's required. We need to really create a spark from within us, to push ourselves, to push the emotions out, to sweat things out, because that is what's going to tone our nervous system. And depression is real, okay? So go and get your therapy, go and speak to, and do all of your mental wellness that you need to. Overwhelm, anxiety, what we see now in the world and what's coming is very strong energy. And in order to really, really push through, in order to really, really thrive in this time, we have to have that inner fire. We have to have a system and a way of being and a lifestyle that is conducive to that. What do I mean by that? Why are my shoulders like this? Sorry, I don't know why I was sitting like that. Why am I doing that? Okay. I'll give you an example. I'm in a mom group. In the mom group, one of the moms asked about, she's like, what do you guys do for mom rage? So mom rage is natural because our children are our gurus. Our children are our greatest teachers. And sometimes that lesson is really, really hard. Sometimes that lesson can really, really challenge you. And sometimes, if we're not self-care, if we don't have enough self-care, it can really trigger us. So she's like, what do you do for mom rage? And they went on and on and on. Well, I scream into a pillow. I rage clean. I bang on the wall. Like it was all of this. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. But if you know that this is going to come up, instead of being in reaction to it, let's create a lifestyle that prevents us from even getting to the point where we need to be in the emotion of rage. That is a very, very expensive energy to run through your body consistently. Once in a while, yes, it's natural, but on a consistent basis, why don't we create a lifestyle where we're toning our nervous system, where we're moving our emotions, where we are sweating, where we're getting it out, where we're igniting that fire, so that when we do get triggered, so that when we do have these strong emotions, we're like, it's like water on a duck feather. It just rolls off, literally. And that is what's required right now. I'm all about feminine energy. I'm all about the divine feminine. But some of us are so into that energy, it's becoming stagnation. It's becoming, it's not serving us. And so we need that fire. We need that fire. Peace and love, yes. And it can make you tired. It can make you overwhelmed. It can make you like a sponge. If you know that you're a highly sensitive being, like my moon is in Cancer, I'm a very highly sensitive, emotional woman. Like that's just me. I know that. Know thyself, and I understand that fire will help me purify. That keeping my fire ignited helps me to not soak up other people's stuff, because it's very easy to, if you're a watery person, it's very easy to take on other people's stuff. And so you have to learn to ignite this fire so that your feminine energy can actually emerge in a way that's serving you. Your feminine energy emerges when she feels safe. That's the highest form of feminine energy, when she feels safe. Think about, I don't know if I want to go here, but your heart and your yoni, everyone knows what a yoni is, are deeply connected, and they're very highly sensitive energy points on your body that hold a lot of your feminine energy. Your heart and your yoni cannot be forced open. No one can force your heart open. And it's just like no one can force your feminine energy open. You have to feel safe in order to relax into that. And so we must create that safety for ourselves. We must ignite fire and create a lifestyle that we are sweating, we are pushing. Maybe it's through weights, maybe it's through running, maybe it's through intense an intense workout. Whatever that is for you. If you're feeling a lot in your body, move that energy out. Don't hold it. If you feel tired, if you feel like lethargic consistently, first of all, check your hormones, check your nutrition, right? Make sure that you're nourishing yourself, but also ignite that fire. Because mentally, when you push yourself, it's like you're making these positive deposits in your brain. You're making these positive deposits in your body. You're saying to yourself, I am strong. I'm resilient. I love myself. I can push myself. I know I got this. I know I can do this. It makes you so powerful. When I work out, I don't work out for my body. I work out for my mind. It keeps my mind clear. It keeps me confident because I know I didn't want to go that work. Especially if you don't want to go to the workout, you'll probably have the best workout. It always happens on the days that we don't want it, but we went there, we pushed ourselves. And it helps you to push through the heaviness of life. Because as we know, life be lifing. Life be lifing. And we know that. So instead of being in reaction, let's be in the rhythm that helps us to thrive. Your emotions need motion. And I'll give you why I'm even talking about this. I used to work out a lot. I used to work out all the time. But I got this intuitive nudge, like, Maya, workout. You need to work out. You need to work out. And I was like, okay. So I started working out differently over the last couple of days. I even worked out today. And even though my toddler was being a toddler and having his tantrums, even though I had so much going on, I pushed myself, I did it, and I feel amazing. And what happened was somebody called me and tried to trigger me. Like they tried to say some things about my life and what they think I should be doing, and like all this, like, projecting, but really trying to dig at me, really trying to trigger me, really trying to like go there with me. And I felt the emotion, I felt it coming up. And I'm so proud of how I handled it. And I know that I handled it really, really well because I was calm, I was respectful, I was very elegant, but I also spoke my mind, but I also let them know what I needed to let them know. And it came so easily because I had that workout, because my body had already pushed so much out that whatever they were saying, like I said, it was like that the duck feathers, it just rolled off me. It rolled off me. And they were even saying like, oh, look at your life. You don't have any stress. I was like, actually, I do have a lot of stress, but I handle it really well. I do. And no one knows what we go through. And that's why we have to like always honor ourselves, always honor our journey, because no one knows the day to day of like what it takes to be you. And that's why it's very important that we always acknowledge ourselves. Like, I'm so proud of you. You did that. Hi, mommy. I'm so proud of you. You did this other thing. We have to really acknowledge ourselves because no one knows the inner strength it takes. No one knows the details of the pain that you walk with. No one knows your story as best as you do. That's why it's important to acknowledge yourself and to be like, you know what, girl, you handled that really, really well because you know you have a spicy mouth and you want to tell them all, but you were so respectful. Proud of you, Maya. You know what I'm saying? It's important. It's important to acknowledge ourselves. And so you can handle situations very elegantly and very calm when you have a nervous system that is toned, when you are working out consistently. I was saying this in the other video, but when it comes to like the matriarchal herd of mares, of the female horses, right? They all stay together in a matriarchal pack, and they are a herd of, of these horses, and so they have one leader. And how they choose the leader, how they choose who leads them, is not the biggest horse, is not the most beautiful horse, is not the oldest horse. It is the one that is the most calm. It is the one that is the most grounded, that no matter what, because they're kind of like nervous beings because they get preyed on, the one that they look to the leader because she's the most calm. And if she's calm, then they can be calm. And in order to be the queen of your life and to be really ruling our queendom, we have to be centered. We have to be calm. Because, like I said, whoever triggers you controls you, and they don't deserve that power. Create a lifestyle where you're toning your nervous system. Create a lifestyle of mental wellness, that if you need to speak to someone, speak to someone. If you need a journal practice, create a journal practice. Whatever you need to do to get into your flow. They don't deserve that power. Sweat every day. And so things happen in life, right? This is life. I want you to be the queen of your life. And I want you to know that just as good times and sunny days and love and great love making sessions and trips and travels and sunset is going to be happening for you, there will also be days that are troubling. There will also be days that are painful. There will also be people that hurt you. This is our journey. However, it's not about a question of, I just want a good life. It's a question of, what do we do when life throws us these lemons? What do we do when people hurt us? How do we handle it? And something I want to offer you is alchemy. Become an alchemist and turn that pain into something that will help you in life, something that you can literally sink your teeth into and enjoy it, and a creative outlet, somewhere to put your passion, somewhere to take that trouble, to take that pain, to take that negativity and alchemize it into something that will help you to flourish, or something creative, or something magical, but coming from your creativity. The Grammys just happened yesterday. And we all know that Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys, like everyone's been saying, not from being in his highest self. He won 5 Grammys from channeling some negative stuff, some negative feelings, some beef, whatever. He used it as a creative outlet and got 5 Grammys from that. So we can be feeling how we feel, but what do we do with those feelings? How do we create with that? How do we use our creation energy? A lot of us are using our creation energy and giving it to other people. A lot of us are checking on our crushes, and you're checking on this person and what's that person doing, instead of saying, you know what, I feel like I want to create this. I feel like I want to write this song. I feel like I want to write this book. I feel like I just want to sew something. I just want to paint something. I just want to put some outfit together. I just want to design somebody's house. I want to do some interior design. But I'll be like, oh no, let me just scroll. Oh no, let me just check on my ex. Oh no, let me just put my energy into whoever. But it's like we have this creation energy. And if we tune out the world for a while, if we put our phone in the other room, what can we create from that? Every month, if you are a woman and you're still cycling, your fertility cycle, every single month, if you're naturally cycling, you have a period of time where during ovulation, where you have this peak of creation energy. You have this beautiful fluid called your cervical fluid, which I will refer to as the elixir of life. I'll go deeper into that another video. That is creation energy. That means that your ovary is releasing an egg, and that egg has the potential for life. And if you don't want to have a baby, what do you do with the energy? Create something. Build your life, build your legacy, build your queendom. I know, like, for me, I didn't want to, use that energy to make a baby, but I knew I was ovulating. What did I do? I carved out time. I literally locked myself in this room. It was July 2024, and I was ovulating, and I was like, oh, I locked myself in this room, and I wrote my ebook. I wrote a whole book with that energy. So we have this beautiful life, and all of us are creative, and all of us have creation energy. And so we can use this this power, and we can channel it in ways that create beauty, that create legacy, and that give our inner world a voice. And we all have it in different ways. So you can explore that, because that's really is really beautiful to see and to look back on and be like, oh, you're going to look back on the year and see so many things that you created because you were channeling your energy correctly, because you're using it to create. You're channeling it to create, instead of to implode, instead of to hurt your own self. Peace. Hi, sister. And so I know this for a fact because I used to work at a psychiatric hospital for children. And all of the girls would be the ones who would hurt themselves. They would, do all the things to hurt themselves. The boys, it was outward, hurting other people. And so it might be very subconscious tendency, subconsciously. How am I holding myself back? How am I not pushing myself forward? How am I not nurturing myself? Is there any subconscious part of me that is hurting me? And it might be very subtle. It might be very subtle. But look at that. Examine it. So I want us to all start sweating. She said, I've been dating. I want to get back into gym routine. That's what's missing in my life. Yes, absolutely. Get back into it. Focus on yourself and then commit to your schedule and don't break it for anyone. Even if he calls and he wants to take you to Aruba, be like, baby, I'm going to the gym. After the gym, let's talk. Don't create your schedule, stay so focused on your rhythm and don't change it for anybody so that you can consistently give to yourself. You're making those positive deposits into your body. That's how you can see how sometimes people can do different surgeries and different stuff that happens really, really fast, but their mind hasn't had time to catch up. Their mind still hasn't changed. So they still have the insecurity. They just had a surgery. They still have a poor eating habit. They just had a surgery. But think about the slow movement every day of I'm putting my gym bag by my door. I'm getting to the gym. Mentally, your mind is like, oh my God, I'm really loving myself. Oh my God, I'm so proud of me. Oh my God, I'm pushing through. That mental stamina, you cannot buy that from any pill, you cannot buy that. It's a blessing to be mentally strong, to be disciplined in your self-love practice. No one can fuck with you when you have that. No one. So keep loving yourself. Sweat through it. We got this, baby. That's how we're going to thrive in this year. By being so in our rhythm with our self-care, sweating, pushing, loving up on ourselves, opening to love, but staying very, very focused on our energy and channeling it in the right way, channeling it in the right way, pushing through those blocks, pushing through the blocks. And some of the blocks that we have are inherited. They're not even ours. We inherited them. But that also means that you are given the opportunity to push through, to break through. I think that there's so much information out there that can really help us. The issue is not in the lack of information. The issue is in our focus. What are we focused on? Where are we putting our energy? Because it's a lot of distractions. Whenever I do my classes, I always take time to close all the tabs in your brain because there's so much going on. As a feminine woman, we have what is called diffuse awareness. We are aware of so many things at once. We have diffuse awareness. We can feel, we can sense all around us. I can feel in the other room, my baby is okay. I can feel everything. And so take your time to close the tabs. Come back into you. Come back home into you. Learn to channel your energy in a way that's going to benefit you and that's going to build your legacy. Okay? I think that's all I have. It's past my bedtime. I just had to get that out. Okay. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you soon. Peace and love.